Hello and welcome to Slovenia. It is 10 to 4. We're going to be live in just over an hour here in Kranj. And this is always a bit of a strange period for me. You go from being a normal person having lunch in Kranj to suddenly having every word that comes out of your mouth broadcast live and recorded. It's just a bit of a weird jump between the two situations. But there's a lot to do in the last hour, 2 hours before we go live. The first thing is I make sure that all my notes are up to date. I've got a database of notes about every climber. I make sure that the 16 climbers we've got in the final I have up-to-date notes for. I also make a handwritten note on my starting list about each climber so that during the presentation I've got one good little fact to say that just fills that 10 seconds when the climber is first presented. The next thing I've got to do is go and talk to the route setters. It's Christian Bindhammer of Germany leading the route setting team this week in Slovenia. He's a great guy, vastly experienced, and he gives me a good run through of what the routes are all about, any little surprises we could expect, where they expect the cruxes to be, all the information I want. And the final thing is I have a chat with the co-commentators. This time I've got Vanda Michalkova for the women's and Hamish MacArthur for the men's, and we'll just chat through how the broadcast will work, what they should do when they're on camera, when they should let me speak, what I want from them. Basically, I want their analysis. I can introduce the climbers and I want them to give me analysis, tell me what's happening, what we can't see, what's the story behind the pictures we're seeing. So we'll have a little briefing, talk through the broadcast so that it all runs nice and smoothly and they're comfortable with what they've got to do. And then there's lots of little other jobs. Eddie, the photographer, is doing the live interviews this week. So I'll grab a word with Eddie, make sure that we know how I'm going to throw to him so that the interviews run smoothly, what kind of information I'd like from the climbers when we hear from them live. Basically, the last hour is talking to as many people as I can and gathering as much information as I can and planning as much as I can to make sure it all runs smoothly. Hopefully it does.